My name is Alexander Knox, and I'm a go-getter.
We all have polarizing ambitions to do successful things, or things we feel we love to do. Everybody is trying to grasp their own medium of expression. It's all about your feel. You may feel as if you want to succeed. You may feel as if you're comfortable or uncomfortable. You may feel as if you're not moving anywhere or moving too fast. You may feel as if you're always working. But are you? Because the majority of your life is going to be filled with work. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work.
So basically, I made it when I was like about 12, right before I sacrificed everything in my life to chase this dream. And basically what it was I kind of just put down on paper where I wanted to go. Like, I always wanted to say I want to go to Europe, I want to go, but this was me just like literally sitting down with a Sharpie and saying, like, drawing it across the ocean, like, all right, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go to England, I'm gonna go to Germany, I'm gonna go to Spain. Just kind of like bringing it to life in a way, you know, bringing it to life. I guess peace of mind for me just means being as comfortable as possible with the uncomfortable. So basically what that means is, you know, in the midst of suffering, in the midst of hardship, in the midst of adversity, is kind of getting comfortable with those, learning from those, and adjusting from those, and basically metamorphosizing and growing and learning, adapting from those. And in the process of that, I get peace of mind. It's not like really an end game, it's more of like in the process of trying to be successful, I get that peace of mind. Back in 2011, it was a crazy year. It was a powerful year for me because I broke out of the Indiana mold. Like, for soccer, growing up in Indiana, I had broke that mold, transcended that mold, and at 12 years old, I went to Chicago, and I was playing up in Chicago, and I was doing everything that I could do up there. At which point I came back to Indiana because it was too much. It was too stressful on the drive. And then that's at which point I went to Europe, and that's kind of like where the core of my inspiration began. And it was an immensely powerful experience overseas, and that's kind of like where I found my foundation, and again, my core for my inspiration for just trying to get back there, you know, ever since I'm 21 years old now. And that's been the goal ever since 2011. Ever since I got off the plane, ever since I hit the field, the goal has been to get back there. So that was an immensely powerful year, and it opened my eyes and kind of sparked something within me, you know, that I belong here. The biggest thing I realized is that I was 14 years old and I was playing with kids that were 16. So I was in England at 14, kids were 16 and they were getting paid professionally to play. When you're getting paid professionally to play at 16, you go into a ball differently than if you're a suburban kid in India, in the Midwest, going for a ball. You know, it's like you're actually fighting for food at 16. And for me, I was 14, so I was 2 years younger than them. But I was already craving that intensity. I was already craving that killer instinct to their game. So it was something that was so natural and organic for me just to fight. Like, I'm a fighter, I'm a competitor. So for them coming at me as, you know, as intense as they were, it was perfect. You know, it was something that I went right into and that I loved immediately, you know. And I was, because, like, you know, I'm a fighter. So for them, they're getting paid and I was fighting to be in one of their positions. So yeah, it was amazing. I love that aspect of it. Yeah. My name is Alexander Knox, and I'm a go-getter.
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. How was your trip?
It was great. Yeah. It's like, I feel like coming back and just getting in the flow of shooting and just like watching you play. Woo! Hey man, some of them shots, I can only imagine what Juice Man got, but yeah.
It's crazy to see, like, you know, all the pieces come together, you know? The thing is, like, for example, he got it on tape when you were gone. He played, and I'm always like faster. So like some people, like last game, this dude just kicked the shit out of me.
For
you know, just because they can't. Yeah, because they can't, like, you know, they can't keep literally.
Yeah.
Hello. Good game.
Mike,
Hello.
Kayla.
I'm
What's
Kayla.
up?
Nice
How
to
are
meet you.
Very nice to meet you. I guess I met you briefly via FaceTime.
Yes.
I was like, wait, ooh,
Hi, OJ.
big glasses. When's the first like real game that it already goes towards your record and everything?
Oh, that doesn't start till August.
Oh, okay, so it's summertime.
If I come back. The culture of soccer overseas and in America is completely different. It's different because it's ingrained in everything. It's ingrained in everything. And like I just told you, they become professionals at 16. They start getting paid at 16. So here in America, kids are still in high school. They're probably still living in their parents' house or whatever. They're not fighting like on the field. They're not fighting like they're getting paid to play, right? It's just more of like a fun thing. And these kids, overseas, it's not just play for passion, for the culture. It's also for, you know, like people, you know, just trying to make a living. So it's completely different standards as well as far as the game and what's demanded. So I got connected with the team in Arizona through Scout. So they scouted me, and I had another close friend that had gone there and come back, and he had told me that it was a hell of a place and a really professional place to develop and to become a professional and to become possibly a Division I player. So I wanted to see what it was about. You know, I wanted to get more information on it.
Ride to Wake Forest, which is a great soccer school, and he's ending up at UCLA, graduating. So he's one of our heroes. You've probably seen this picture up on the wall as you guys have walked around. But Alex is a special guy. He has a wonderful heart.
Thank you, thank you. So it's a pleasure to be here. It was such short notice, and I talked to Mr. Bergs, and literally last minute, we ended up working this thing out, and I'm very grateful, very, very, very grateful to be here, and to just be in front of you guys. This place means everything to me. I think about it every day. I've been to 2 different colleges, some of the best academically and in the game. And I've been literally so many different places, and I always think about this place. It's so powerful, and you have no idea.
The biggest lessons I learned in the desert was pretty much just resiliency, how to use my intellect, how to be creative when adversity hits the fan. So when things went wrong in the desert, when I faced a lot of adversity and struggle and sacrifice and suffering in the desert, when all the negative stuff hit the fan in the desert, I was alone, and I really didn't have a lot of support around me. And in a lot of ways, I was kind of raising myself. I was going through a lot of early phases of development by myself. I didn't have a lot of people around me, so I had to figure that stuff out myself. How to deal with people's egos, how to deal with having an open perspective. When you don't necessarily leave an environment, you have to stay within it. So kind of being in a bubble and having a perspective outside the bubble.
Pay attention to the words I say, because they might be applying to you. And it's very important, because every little thing, every little day here is gonna pretty much help dictate your path once you leave here. And it's very, very, very important. And it's very important you don't take it for granted, more importantly. So, listen. What's nurtured slowly grows well. 14 years old, I commit to you. What's nurtured slowly grows well. 15, 16 years old, 17, 18 years old. You push me as physically as you do mentally. I find my limits. I resist these limits. I break these limits. What's nurtured slowly grows well. When I thought I was trapped, you taught me how to express myself. You taught me how to speak up without speaking. You taught me that anything is possible. What's nurtured slowly grows well.
My name is Alexander Knox, and I'm a go-getter. But this professor, she's a doctorate in horror films, black horror films. So she, I mean, her like best, her number 2 guy is Jordan Peele. Oh, like she brought him to class, and I'm sure she'll say, like, you know, she's constantly talking about black horror as an outlet of like creative expression from the oppression.
Black woman as savior, as Ellen Peel pointed out in her essay, Lauren has to spend a lot of time convincing and persuading people. And I will reference the Ellen Peel essay since I asked you to read it and everything. Some of you were like, what? It's on CCLE. It discusses a philosophy of pragmatic utopianism. Utopianism is not a word I would associate with this novel. Mostly, it's dystopia. Dystopia is the rendering of a society that is broken, that is not working.
You reminded me of the power of love. You taught me what it means to be a soldier. You guided me to have faith. You told me that as long as I kept showing up, there would always be challenges in the form of opportunity. What's nurtured slowly grows well. Above all, you taught me how to be patient. Regardless of what everyone else was doing, you constantly reminded me of my journey and process.
Watching a lot of film has helped me become a smarter player. The reason why is because I'm able to zero in and focus in on the smallest details, from guys that are just a couple years ahead of me to legends, and identifying and connecting those things within my game is integral. You know, just to do little thing. You know, take one thing and for me to do it, and then to keep doing it, and to learn another thing, and just baby steps. This shit is a lifestyle. You either in it or you're not in it. You know, like, you either want it or you don't want it. It's that simple. And for me, like, back to earlier, like what you said, was it always me? Was it the team? Was it the system that made me have so much commitment and stuff like that? It was me being pissed from an early age, because I recognized that there was some bullshit going on. Like 8, 9, 10, I was pissed. Because I recognize that this fool shouldn't be on the field, this fool shouldn't be on the field, this fool shouldn't be on the field. And then homeboy's parents paying the coach, it pissed me off. So I fucking just went and started working like a beast. Repetition and persistence has always been a key for me, and I learned that when I was younger. Just playing with older kids, being away from home, is like the first thing that I learned was just like getting my reps in, getting my repetitions in. Because if I got my reps in, then I had some sort of confidence. And when I had that confidence in it, then I could do anything that I needed to or wanted to do. In the game and practice, it doesn't matter. So I just take that with me everywhere I've been, to North Carolina, to Wake Forest, even to the national championship, to the ACC final, to the ACC all regular season championship. It was repetition. And even after the games, I would just stay after and do my thing. Like, you see me out there just getting the touches in. It's like, even with my eyes closed, because at that point it's just all feeling. It's all feeling. It's feeling. That's what it is. It's feeling and confidence. So those repetitions has always helped me build confidence and that feeling, that sense of feeling. My name is Alexander Knox, and I'm a go-getter. The 314 days reference is huge for me, because even after the event happened of the 314 days, after it happened, I would constantly write it on a wall and put it in my room. Like after that, for years after that, I would put 314, 314, 314. And the 314 references to a time when I didn't play for 314 days. And the reason I didn't play, I wasn't injured. You know, I wasn't not on a team. I was on the best team in the country. And I was away from my family, and I was in Arizona, and I wasn't playing because of minor mistakes. And I mean, these mistakes could have been technical mistakes, could have been tactical mistakes, but the biggest mistake of all was the mental piece. Like mentally, I was doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. I was letting the ego drive me. I wasn't being open. There's a number of things that I was doing that weren't the correct things, but for me in the time, it wasn't, you know, the biggest thing was I just wasn't being open. I wasn't being open, and I wanted to quit many times. I just wanted to go home. I just want to see my family. I just want it to be easy versus be hard, and kind of see it through for what it is, and the lessons that is in that, you know. So when things are going well, I still keep the love for the game by just doing every little thing that I can, as far as getting on the ball, getting all my little extra work in. I know I've been through so many sufferings and adversities before that I know it's gonna open up. There's gonna be light at the end of the tunnel. So for me, when things are going bad, I always have love for the game. The love of the game is what brought me into the game. Now why I play the game is different. The process is different. The end goal is different. It's more about the journey now. It's more about the process, you know, as opposed for the love. But the love has always been there. The love is what ignited me getting involved with the game, taking me across the world and back again, you know. So now it's different though. My priorities is different in the game and what I want to do in the game. You know, it's not just purely love. It's other drives and motives in there. The team in Arizona was amazing. We had guys go to top colleges, UNC, Duke, Stanford, Maryland. I mean, list goes on and on and on. And if they weren't, it was almost like a secondary thing to go to those colleges. The first thing was to go pro. Everybody was going pro. To top teams in Europe, to top teams in Mexico, to top teams in America. It was like everybody was doing something fantastic. And so to you, the standard was already there. Okay, now what are you gonna do? You know, so it's like, of course, we're all there for the same reasons. We all want to go pro. But actually, when you see it unfold in front of you, like, damn, I just played with that dude and now he's over there. It's just crazy. And then it makes you just want to do a lot better. For me, as a fighter, I just wanted to compete and I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be one of the best that was there. And I wanted to use that and just catapult me overseas and catapult me to the best team, the best league I could. You know, I just want to suck everything from the opportunity that I could. Yeah. My experience at Wake Forest, it was unique because it was the first time I was challenged in a college environment, both on the academic side and on the soccer side. You know, it was also unique because I got an opportunity to pivot from Wake Forest. And what that means is that I got there, I did what I had to do, but I had some differences with the environment. And I had an opportunity because of the hard work that I put in, because of the recognition that I created for myself. There, I had the opportunity to, again, pivot and go to another opportunity.
Right on.
He feels it. He feels it.
That's love.
Yeah.
Do you play sports too?
I ran track in high school. I played basketball for a little bit.
Nice.
And I wasn't really.
I'm telling you, man, when I tell you musical genius, this man be
I
coming
like
up with
music.
some. This man be coming up with some crazy stuff.
Hey.
Some vibes.
Are you more on the production side? Or you more on the?
I would like to say I'm more on the production side. Like I started as a producer, but I started writing honestly because I was just like, the type of stuff I like to produce were very particular, and like I don't know, I feel like there wasn't a lot of people like who I was connected with that I felt like was about to rap on it, so I just started rapping. I just started like rapping myself.
That's cold.
If I believed the hype, I wouldn't be chasing the greatest version of myself. If they hadn't tried to reduce me to ashes, I wouldn't know that I can rise from them. If I didn't get in my own way and allow myself to be successful, I would have never known that I can be patient and allow myself to be successful. If they never tried to break me, I wouldn't know that I'm unbreakable. My name is Alexander Knox, and I'm a go-getter.
How you feeling?
I feel great. Shit is hard. That's what it takes, though. That's what it takes, right?
Oh yeah.
Today is October 9th, 2019, and I'm out of school. I don't have a job. I don't have a contract, but I'm in the lab every single day, and I'm perfecting my craft, and I'm putting 100% of my time and energy right now into that very thing, is just perfecting my craft. So I love it. I honestly think this is actually one of the happiest times in my life, that I'm able to just do what I love uninterrupted, you know, and I know that I'm progressing day by day uninterrupted, you know. That alone just gives me so much purpose and fulfillment and meaning, because I know that I'm doing everything that I can in my power to move the needle closer to where I want to go. It's like an incredible time. I'm very, very, very much at peace right now. I have lots of happiness, but I'm at peace most of all, because I'm doing what I want to do. Like I'm doing what I love, you know. Now my dream, as far as getting my dream, that's like right around the corner. That's like 3 months away. Yeah, a little bit less than 3 months away. So the reason I left UCLA was to put myself in a position, in a space, and an energy to be fully prepared, to be as maximally prepared as possible, you know, mentally, physically, spiritually, technically, tactically, in all areas, be as prepared as possible. That's why I left UCLA. I felt as though it started to cross paths of my preparation was being stunted. And it wasn't like, again, one thing happened. It was a culmination and an energy that I was feeling, that I needed to make a change. And like sometimes people act on these type of feelings, sometimes people don't.
It seems like it's like a pattern of, or a cycle of ups and downs, but you being able to find, the biggest change was like being able to find that creative outlet in that, and then once you were able to get to those spaces again, it's like the pie started to fill itself.
Yes. And I think that in this way it's been different than, say, a guy in my position that went to my school that had a successful 4 years, or what he thought was a good solid 4 years, versus my experience. It's very different. And when I make it over, you got that on tape, when I make it overseas, and people are going to ask a lot of whys, and then you can tell this and share the story. Like, I wouldn't have it any other way.
So my focus for the next 3 months is to prepare all elements. So, you know, get my body right, get my technical ability right, get all elements of my game as sharp as I can. Not only work super hard, but work super smart. Be in a place where my energy is high and my head space is clear, and be in a place where I'm just ready. No matter what direction, no matter what team, country, continent I'm at, I'll be ready, right? So that's number one. Taking day by day and staying present is everything for the next 3 months. I have to take one day at a time and maximize my growth as a person and as a player every single day. There's no outs. This is my life now. And so because it's my life, I'm able to give that much more. I'm able to rest that much more. Therefore, I'm able to give that much more, right? It's my life. I've accepted it. I've put my dream now like on a pedestal. There's no more excuses, right? This is it.
If you know that you took him on the first time and he's trying to get you, he's going to get you the second time, release early. Or give him something different. It can't be the same thing consistently. Because, again, as a coach player, once we get to read the tendencies of the opponent, we got to expose what they do when they do it. And use the right players in that position. Yes, get it done. But get it in the right way.
Can I get a shot of just you three real quick?
Legend.